mga kasama ang ating pinakamamahal na Pangulo, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon.
Could somebody please order the troops to rest? Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, Secretary Esperon, General Anyo, Lieutenant General Miranda, Lieutenant General Edgar Valorina, Vice Ronald Joseph Mercado, Police Director Ronald De La Rosa, Lieutenant General Carlito Galvez, Lieutenant General Del Rosario, Brigadier General Orlando Silito Bautista, the officers and troops of the 2nd Mechanized Infantry Brigade, mga kababayan. We are in a conflict. It is not a war, but this has been a festering. Parang sugat ba na ayaw gumaling? It sticks every day. Araw-araw makikita mo hubag. So, it finally came to a head. And much as I really hate to order an offensive against the Maote and the rest of the terrorists, mapipilitan akong mag-martial law because of the so many factors involved. One, at the earliest, during my first command conference with the officers and men of the armed forces, pati police, sabi ko, takot ako in the horizon looms big and clear itong contamination ng ISIS. Long before, ang ating mga official will really warning us that there is this intent ng mga radicals, extremists to establish a caliphate, parang kingdom that would comprise Mindanao, Indonesia, and Malaysia, and perhaps Brunei. Yun ang takot ko. Ngayon, it seems that there is now an active group of in these places, started by two brothers. Police kasi ang Maote. They were policemen in Manila who got enamored with the money of Cebu. Umuwi dito and established one of the biggest factories of Cebu in Lanao del Sur. And with the money that they got to fuel the movement, yun ang ginamit nila. And remember that itong mga baril nila, the arms in their hands, locally generated to. About the only time na masabi ko sa inyo, sa aking katagalan sa gobyerno, about the only true importation that was really made or attempt was the one yung karagatan. It was from another country to Vietnam, tapos pumunta sa atin. But aside from that, all these years, patay sila dito, patay doon, pati yung mga criminal. And sad to say, some were stolen, some were kinuha lang, diretso-diretso. Kaya ngayon, meron tayong formidable enemy. And I am here to just give you the consoling advice that we do this for the country. Walang gustong mamatay dito. Pati ang mga muro dyan. Walang gustong sumali sa salpukan ng kamatayan. But because of their belief now that they are solid, and what started to be purely as a shabu business, napasukan ng bakukang yung utak, and they imported Hapilon, who was anointed by the ISIS in the Middle East as their man here. So, yung mga ganon na to, ipso facto, it is also like dual yan siya. He is revered as a leader sa Muslim faith, which is fundamentally feudal, but yan, this is merged into one. So you can say that the ISIS is here already. The fact that they were flying the flags, although masabi natin yung iba, damay na lang, maybe disgruntled followers of a politician o yung may galit sa gobyerno. So yan ang problema natin. And you're going to fight. I have to fight every day until this conflict is resolved. I could only pray for you, pray for my policemen that there will be deliverance from harm. Na sana wala masyado tayong tama. And because we have the weapons and the equipments, and we have the air assets to help you, we will try our very best na magamit lahat to protect you at the time when you are fighting. Pero ako, nandito yung brad ko, si Attorney Mamao, si Maranao. You must know that my lola is a Maranao. Lolo ko, Chinese. Tatay ko, Bisaya. So kami ni Dabs, mag-brad kami. Major yan siya sa reserve. May inutusan ako sa kanya to do something for me. But my message mainly to the terrorists on the other side is kung madala pa natin ito ng usapan. Yung talagang out na terrorista na, and if you cannot be convinced to stop fighting, so be it. Away na lang tayo. But sabi ko nga, pumunta isa dito, sabi mo, kita tayo bukas dito, at kausapin mo yung mga neutral. At may mga plano ako, you will know later on. So, kinakausap niya ngayon yung for example, the mayor here. He's not really siding with anybody. If at all, he's just there as mayor trying to defend his honor and his position. I cannot go into a guessing game. Pero mayroon rin naiwan pa. Mas marami pa. So, I also sent Secretary Alonto. He's not here. Nandiyan doon na Marawi ngayon, in the downtown. Sabi ko sa kanya, ayaw kong maraming patay. Kung gusto na, kausapin ko lang sila. But if they can really put down their arms. Pero ang utos ko naman sa tropa is lahat ng tao na hindi authorized ng gobyerno na magdala ng baril at lumaban, patayin ninyo. Ubusin na lang ninyo. Kasi ganun rin ang labas. He will come back to fight for another day. But if they want to talk, I would be most thankful to Allah na mag-usap tayo at ng kapayapaan. Pero kung maglaban sila, wala tayong magawa. Go for it. At may full support kayo sa akin. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel to look for money to see you through. Basta lahat ng kailangan ninyo, ibigay ko. Lahat. hintay-hintay lang kayo sa mga bagong baril kay kagalang ko lang sa Russia, naputol pa yung visit ko. But I had the chance to talk with Putin. Sabi ko nga na I wanted to talk to him last minute. Baski mga hellos, goodbye. And I was called to his palace together with Cayetano, Senator, pati si Secretary Lorenzana. Siya nga ang ginagano ni Putin eh. Na, luistahan mo. Sana, 3 beses. Kaya malaki ang tainga ni Defense Secretary paglabas. Sigurado, at mayroon ditong communique kanina na sabi ko, ayaw kong maghingi. Just give me a soft loan. Hindi ako maipit. Magbayad ako dahan-dahan. And I mentioned the weapons. Hindi naman, yung ordinary, rebellion, this is not a war. But there are weapons or armaments that we must have to effectively fight, lalo na to prevent collateral damage. Because if the people are against us, medyo mahirapan tayo. But if we can inflict damage only to those who want to fight and contain the firefight between combatants, that would be the best solution. But I am here to say to you, fight, and I will pray for you, and I will answer for everything. Huwag na kayong mag-alaala. During martial law, your commanders, you can arrest any person, search any house, wala nang warrant. Kagaya noon, aso lang. It could be signed by General Anyo. He's supposed to retire next week, pero I have extended his tour of duty to 6 months. Sino yung papalit kanya, another 6 months, then we shall try to correct it maybe 4 years after. Para hindi rin ma-deprive yung masunod, hindi kakainin yung kanya. What I do not change horses midstream. So as is lang muna tayo. Let us concentrate on this problem, solve it, and try to correct the organizational aberration in due time. In the meantime, fight for the country. Ako, kung maaari lang, kung pwede lang rin ako makisali sa inyo, sasali ako. Kaya lang, ang 1 kilometro sa akin, wala na. 5 araw na walang tsuk-tsak yan kasi wala na, inutir. Maglabasan ang rheuma, pati arthritis. Kung nabata lang ako na presidente, sasali ako sa inyo. Yung gusto ko, yung baril-barilan . But it's late in the day. I'm a leader. I'm supposed to show the way. Pero kung saan ninyo ako gusto, ipatawag ninyo, tawagan mo yan si Mayor, papuntahin mo dito. Pupunta mo. Huwag kayo mag-alaala. Sasamahan ko kayo. I will, if you go down, I go down. But for this martial law, and the consequences of martial law, and the ramifications of martial law, I, and I alone, would be responsible. Trabaho lang kayo. Bala. Ako na ang magpakulong sa inyo. Pag nagka-rape ka ng 3, aminin ko na akin yun. Pag nag-asawa ka ng pang-4, inang bugbugin ka ng ito si Delpino. Naabutan. When I was mayor many years ago sa Davao, si Secretary Lorenzana was, he brought in the 2nd Ranger sa Davao. Diyan sa kampo na. So we became friends. So was his successor, si Colonel Ariola, but he was killed by the NPAs in Laguna. They say, I don't know, but palagay ko ganun na nangyari. Lahat ng dumaan sa Davao, kilala ko. And they are all good men. Rolly, was my PSG. He was the group. Kaya nga, sabi ko sa kanya, go into the service para may ano kayo. Wala kayong silbi ng ano. Tapos kaya ako, kung akong sundalo, ayaw ko magpa-assign ng opisina. Mamatay ka lang dyan. So, that is how it is. In a war, but there is always a time for everything. A time to be rich, a time to have plenty of money, a time of want. A time for birthdays, and a time of gaiety, a time for sorrow. A time to be enemies, but there is always a time to be friends. Ganun ang buhay. A time to be born and a time to die. Ganun lang ang istorya talaga sa Bible. If you have a Bible in your hands, read Ecclesiastes 3. Ecclesiastes 3. Yan lang ang page na binabasa ko sa Biblia. You know why? Kung may problema ka sa mundong ito, basahin mo. Sabihin sa Biblia, lahat dito may panahon. Kung umiiyak ka ngayon, sabihin sa iyo, panahon mong umiyak ka. Ba't may panahon ka rin, natatawa ka. And a panahon to be young, and a time to be old. A time to be strong. At kaya ko ngayon, maraming rheuma, arthritis. Gusto ko mang sumali sa inyo ng labanan hanggang pasakay-sakay na lang. So there is a time for everything. This is a time for victory. We will not lose it. How can we lose it? We have everything. Wala kayong problema. I will take care of you. Masugatan ka, magarasan yung paa mo. You have a hospital na modernized na. I bought all the equipments. I built you a new building. Yung luma ninyo dyan sa medical center, sabi ko, do not use that. You rehabilitate. I'll build you a better one. So, wala kayong dapat talagaan. And you can use, I do not use my presidential plane. Binigay ko na yan sa armed forces, pati sa police, for your use. And if there is any emergency that you should be brought to Manila for medical attention, gamitin ninyo. Inyo na yan. Ako mag-komersyal. Minsan, kung makahingi ng maliliit na, but papalit-palit ako. Yung lahat ng eroplano sa gobyerno is at your disposal. Gusto ninyo kargahan ng tao for the wounded to be transported. And you have the best medical equipments available. Binili ko na. Nandun. So, walang rason na matalo tayo dito. Talagang panalo tayo. Panahon sa panalo to eh. And we will overcome and we will win. Right? Yes, sir. Sige. Ingat lang.